the right question to ask is not what percentage of time do you spend on operations and what percentage do you delegate. The right questions to ask is like, what are the things that you're best at? The business depends on you to do those things, and nobody else in the world could do those things better than you. Edwin says, hi, Edwin, how you doing? Good to see you. Edwin says, question, when you started your business, what percentage of your revenue did you put towards marketing? How about once the business was already going and profitable? Also, yesterday, I invested my first $1,000 in the stock market. Edwin, I want to separate marketing for advertising. So I think that I'm a good marketer. I think I do a good job communicating a brand message. I think the brand is very consistent and congruent with who I am and how I am, in my, personal mission and business mission to help the clients. I think I do a good job sorting out, who are the right people that should be with us and who the wrong people are who should definitely not apply to become a client. So I think I've done a very good job in marketing. I think what you're asking about when you're saying how much money did I spend, I think you mean on ads. And I think advertising is something separate from marketing. And I don't mean to be too nuanced, but advertising is something different than marketing. So how much have I spent to popularize that brand message? I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but less than you think. And I think it's something that I could do better, actually. And it's a conversation I had this afternoon. It's one of the things that distracted me from my weight training is I had a conversation with an ads manager today that I think, may do an excellent job, spreading that message about, what it is, what we do, and the benefits of working with us, et cetera. So I focused on product quality. So to answer your question more precisely of like, I wasn't worried about like, oh, hey, I got a minimal viable product. Let's run a bunch of ads to it. I was thinking, no, like let's make a product catalog that's extraordinarily high quality. Let's create the Trinity of Wealth programs. This was the first one, was Moneyberg mentoring about entrepreneurship. And we created the Markets Mastery program, which I'm extraordinarily proud of as well. And then the Real Estate Riches program, which I'm also very, very proud of. And if you understood those three things, you're going to make tremendous money over time. It'd be difficult if you really understood those three things. If you read the books and you paid attention and you asked smart questions and so on, it'd be hard to remain stupid if you went through these three courses. And for now, and we're going to change this in the near future because we're going to have a lot more clients coming in. But for now, if a person buys those three courses, and successfully completes them, if they're not a lazy, if they bought the three courses, they did the work respectfully, responsibly, I let them take all three courses again for no charge. I focused on creating very high quality programs, and then I created the 10 Commandments. 10 Commandments of Wealth is an introductory program that's more accessible to mass market, more accessible to a broader audience. And, and the sales have been very good, but they've been primarily organic sales. And, to now go put fuel on the fire and run, some elaborate ad campaigns and popularize that, create a lot higher level awareness. I think our future is extraordinarily bright. I think there's going to be, I got my ClickFunnels plaque right there. It's $25 million. This one behind me, $10 million. The one over there, $25 million. It took us 33 months to go from 0 to 25 million in revenue. So we did great, but we can do even better. So, this is a multi-$100 million business. It's something that's going to make hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. The profit margins are going to be good over time. I planned on creating this for the long term. I didn't create a bullshit program to run some ads to it and sell some bullshit program to a bunch of idiots. I want to create a social ecosystem that I'm very proud of and that's going to be extraordinarily valuable for the people that participate in it at a high level. So that's what the mastermind group is. That's why we have the mastermind group. And, a lot of the people that go through the three courses and do so honorably, many of them get invited to the mastermind group. Almost everybody joins. If you don't join, you don't get asked a second time. You'll never join. If you don't join, if you're asked, you get one shot at that. If you have any hesitancy, then you probably I made a mistake, and I'm willing to admit that. But you're never going to be invited again. That's for sure. So I built an ecosystem that I'm very proud of. I didn't focus on ads. And, now we have a very established client base. We have an established ecosystem. Things are beautiful. We have a live event coming up for 4th of July. It's the speaker lineup I have is incredible. I talked to some of the speakers that I've invited earlier today to just confirm their flights and housing. And I have an incredible speaker lineup for 4th of July and a couple other events we're doing later in the year. That's only for the mastermind people. It's not for everybody. But if you're in the mastermind group, you'd be invited to that. It might be sold out. We only have, there's very limited seating for 2 of the programs for 4th of July and New Year's. I intentionally keep them very small. And then a couple other programs we can do in conference rooms, and they can be bigger. But it's been amazing. Is the quality of people that are in the mastermind group, the quality of people that the guest speakers, my coaches, my training partners, and other business friends and mentors. It's been amazing. So I just focus on quality, and we can go run ads to things now and really scale that tremendously. And you'll see that happen over upcoming years. But Guy says, thank you, Mike, Andre, and Derek, for your words of wisdom. My question is, when building a business, what percentage of tasks is best to do yourself for the operations, and what is best to delegate to others? I don't want to say this as an insult, but the way that you ask the question informs me that you haven't been in that position yet, that you're pretty inexperienced. All right, so you're going to have to be involved in a lot of things early on. You're going to have to know how to do virtually everything inside the business, and then you can delegate some things over time. And the right question to ask is not what percentage of time do you spend on operations and what percentage do you delegate. The right questions to ask is what are the things that you're best at, that the business depends on you to do those things, and nobody else in the world could do those things better than you. Well, those are the things that you're going to be doing. Then you have to spend a lot of extra time understanding all the other things that need to be done, and then finding the best people that can fill those roles, so you can do what you do best, and then people that are better than you at other things can do what they do best. And you'll have, some very mutually beneficial relationships can stem from that. So that would be a better way of thinking about it, I think. Mr. Tran says, hello, Derek. How can I raise capital of $1 million for a premium academy with prestigious reputation, specializing in educational, marketer, brand builder, communicator, and creator to invest in content marketing and online programs in Vietnam? Appreciate your response and the lessons, sir. I don't know if that's a realistic goal. So, if you're going to see some content later in this course. We talk about entrepreneurial finance. So there'll be a lot of things in the course that'll give you more frameworks on that. But why do you need the $1 million? Because I didn't need to raise any money I started this business, and I have 0 investors. I don't have a business partner. I own 100% of the company, no debt, 0 debt, no partners. Why do you need to raise money at all to do what you're talking about? So I'm not sure if you're thinking about that the right way. I wouldn't raise money at all to do that. I would just go do it. What do you need the money for? And if the answer goes back to I need the money for ads, it's come on, man. No, you need higher quality. You need higher quality clients. You need to be able to help your clients at a high level, and then you don't need all that money for ads. You could do that later after you already have an established product catalog, an established reputation. A lot of press and media, all the social media assets like I've created. After you do all those things and, people already know who you are, then when you spend some money on ads, you'll get a tremendous return on that. Until then, you could do a lot of things that don't cost you any money. It takes time. But it sounds to me like you're trying to accelerate the business with money instead of time. And, why would somebody invest $1 million in that business when you don't have a business yet? Why would somebody give you $1 million for something that doesn't have any revenue, probably basically doesn't exist? It's like, I don't think that's very realistic. It's not something that I would invest in, and probably almost nobody would. Some people are confused. They would say, Derek, what is the 10 Commandments of wealth? Not the 10 maybes of wealth. It's the 10 core things that you're going to need to know about in detail if you'd like to accumulate significant wealth in your lifetime. Click this link up here to find more information of exactly what is the 10 Commandments of wealth, how is the program structured, what's inside of it, how are you going to benefit from it. If you're doing well already and you'd like to do better, click that link and find out more. There's over 100 hours of content in this program. I've interviewed dozens of world champions that shared what it took for them to win, to be the top Hall of Fame athletes in their respective areas. And I brought a lot of other superstars in there from business, from legal, people that are real world entrepreneurs that made serious money, as I have myself. We all share with you what are the foundations you're going to need to know if you want to be successful yourself. Be a chooser, not a loser. Click that link, find out more. I'll see you inside.